Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you some mistakes that I made this year so that you don't make them and what I learned from those mistakes. So without wasting more time, let's dive right into the video for today. First of all, before I dive right into this video, I just want to thank God for my life and even your life. You that are watching this video, I thank God for your life. I thank God for allowing us to see these moments. So yeah, let's dive right into the main video. I'm telling you guys these mistakes that I made this year so that you don't make them. And I can't lie, I'm kind of happy that I made those mistakes because I'm able to learn from those mistakes. So the very first mistake that I made this year that really affected me is finding everything cringe. I always find things cringe, and that's one thing that affected me a lot this year. It affected my YouTube channel because there are times that I will make videos but I will not post them. Like, I will make the videos, I will stress myself to make these videos, I will stress myself to edit it, but then when it's time to upload, then I will not start seeing some cringe things that I didn't see while I was editing. So that affected my YouTube channel a lot, and that's why I wasn't able to post a lot of videos because I'll be like, oh, this one is cringe, that one is cringe, this one is cringe. But then I came to realize that it's all in my head. To be very honest, it's all in my head. Because, for example, now my friends and I, sometimes we're about to post a video that we are not really sure, but we will show each other that, okay, is this video nice, is this video not nice, and stuff like that. Sometimes when I make videos and then I find it cringe, when I show my friends, they'll be like, it's actually nice. And trust me, my friends are people that if the video is not nice, they will tell you straight that, oh, Alpha, this video is not nice. But if the video is nice, they will tell you that it's nice. So there are a lot of videos that I found cringe that I showed them and they were like, oh, this video is actually nice, it's very okay, why don't you post it? But then because I find it cringe, I won't post it. And it's all in my head. Anytime I want to post a video that I think is cringe, I would remember that there are some people out there making cringe videos and posting it every single time. And people will insult them, but they don't care. They will post it every single time. So anytime you want to post a video and you find it cringe, you remember that it's all in your head and it is not cringe. That's just the truth. It's not cringe. And that's the mistake that I've made this year that has stopped me from doing a lot of things, that has stopped me from posting a lot of videos. Assuming I'd posted all those my YouTube videos that I found cringe, my subscribers would have increased now. They would have increased now because at least I'm consistent with my posting. But we are still going to get to some other mistakes though. And all these mistakes are mistakes that you guys can see its negative effects. And I'm very sure that I'm not the only one that goes through this type of thing. So this video is just telling you that please post that thing and don't find it cringe. Like, it's actually not cringe, it's all in your head. But if you find it cringe, try to ask some of your friends or maybe your family, family that you know that, okay, they wouldn't just want to criticize you. People that you know that, okay, they would actually tell you the truth. Ask them and then you realize that the video is actually not cringe. And this video that I'm doing right now, I just hope, no, I'm going to post it. Do you know why? Because I've learned my lesson. So yeah, the first mistake that I made this year that really it didn't go well for me, it just had a lot of negative outcome, is the fact that I found a lot of things cringe. That two mistakes that I made this year that I don't want you guys to make is procrastination. Gosh, I procrastinate a lot and it has really, really affected me this year. And it's not just affecting some areas that you guys can't see, it's also affected my YouTube channel. And I'm sure you guys can see that. Because when I'm supposed to do things, I wouldn't get them done. I'll just be like, there's time tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. There's time next week, I'll do it next week, instead of me to just do it now. It's another thing that I've learned this year is that when you remember to get things done, do it at that moment. Do it at that moment. Don't say that, okay, I still have to. There's nothing like that. Do it at that moment. And funny how when you get things done, you feel fulfilled. You feel better than you've ever felt. There are some people that even though they get things done, they don't feel accomplished, they don't feel any form of achievement, but at least they will feel relief because they've done it, the things they are supposed to do. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to say is that don't procrastinate. I procrastinated a lot, and you guys, it really affected me. I can't even lie. And I feel like it's something that everybody knows a lot, that when you procrastinate, it never does anything positive in your life. I feel like that's something everybody knows, but that's a mistake that I really, really made this year that really, really affected a lot, a lot of things in my life, if you procrastinate, it's definitely going to make you feel less productive. So that's a mistake that I seriously made this year. And what I've learned is that once I remember to do that thing, I do it immediately. Don't stretch it. Immediately you remember, do it, even though it's uncomfortable. In order for you to move forward, you have to start getting comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Do you get? So like, even though it's uncomfortable, just do it. And when you get it done, you realize that, oh, thank God I've done it. The third mistake that I made this year was the fact that I was not letting room for mistakes. And that's a mistake. The fact that I didn't want to make any mistake was a mistake. And if you don't want to let room for mistake, what does that mean? You are trying to be perfect. And that's the mistake that I seriously made this year. Oh my God. I did not want any form of mistakes. I wanted everything to be perfect. One thing that I learned is that if you want everything to be perfect, that is when you make more mistakes than you've ever made before. I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted to be the perfect content creator, perfect YouTuber, perfect child of God, perfect student. And guess what happened? I didn't end up being perfect. I'm still going to reference to my YouTube channel because you guys can see it is not something that this year I wanted my YouTube channel to be perfect. And guess what? This is the year that I've been so inconsistent with my YouTube channel. And that just says a lot about you trying to be perfect. So this year I wanted everything to go perfectly, and one thing that I forgot is progress over perfection. It is not how far, it is how well. Do you understand? It's not okay how far you are able to do something, it is how well you are able to do it. And that's something that I just want to allow to sink into my head in this year. And another mistake that I made, when I make mistakes, I forget that after making mistakes, I have the ability to stand up back. So when I make a mistake, I'm going to dwell on that mistake. And when I will keep on getting on that mistake and then forget that I'm supposed to stand up right after making a mistake. I want you guys to make that same mistake. I want you guys to learn that you are allowed to make mistakes. That nobody is perfect. How are you going to be perfect? This is your first time living life. It's not like you've lived before and then you died and came back. This is your first time making life, so you are allowed to make mistakes. But one thing that I need you all to make that immediately you make that mistake, acknowledge the fact that you made the mistake and acknowledge why you made that mistake, and then stand up again, rise up again. I've learned that once I make mistakes, I shouldn't dwell too much on that mistake and be like, and my God, how would I make this type of mistake? Am I supposed to make this type of mistake? This is a very stupid mistake. Please, even though you make stupid mistake, we are all allowed to make such mistakes, and there are a lot of people. Everybody has made a stupid mistake, but that does not mean that you should dwell on that mistake and not rise back up. When I make a mistake, I would sit down, reflect, and be like, what made me make those mistakes? And then I'm going to learn from that mistake and rise back up, not dwell in that mistake. And that is what the devil likes. When you start dwelling on those mistakes, you start feeling down, you start feeling less of yourself, you start feeling like, oh my God, why would I make such a mistake? Like, that's a very bad. Supposed to always think of the bright part, think of the positive part. Okay, this mistake was for a reason. Okay, what can I learn from this mistake? And then you rise back up. You don't dwell on that mistake. That was the mistake that I made this year. I was dwelling on a lot of mistakes instead of looking at, okay, what made me do that thing and what have I learned from it and surprise it from it. But right now, guess what I'm doing? I'm not dwelling on those mistakes anymore, and I'm learning from it, and I've learned from it, and that is why I'm telling you all the mistakes that I made and what I learned from it. And I'm telling you all this so that you realize that nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes, and so that you guys wouldn't make the same mistakes that I made this year. Another mistake that I made is not planning myself on my day. So important. So plan yourself, to plan your life, to plan your day, to plan your week, to plan your month. Well, planning your week might be kind of difficult, but planning your day matters. And this is something that I did always do. Do you understand? What I'm about to say still kind of relates to the mistake that I just talked about earlier of not rising back up after falling. Maybe today now I make a to-do list that, okay, these are the things that I want to do. Mainly I have 5 things on my to-do list, and I'm able to just tick one. The next day I'll be like, why should I even do a to-do list? Why should I make a to-do list when I know that I will not be able to do everything? So what's the point? And that's the mistake that I make. See, even though you are not perfect in something, it does not mean that you should not stop. You should stop trying. It does not mean that you shouldn't keep trying. Keep trying until you get it. Do you understand? So that's the mistake that I made. And that was what made me to stop planning my day every single day. Planning your day is going to save you from a lot of stress, because you would remember that, okay, I have to do this thing today. I have to do this thing today. I have to. And you will feel a lot more organized. You would end up doing what you are supposed to do and not just waste your entire day. The fact that God wakes us up every day and we are not yet dead, it just shows that He has a purpose for us, He has a plan for us. We have a reason why we are still in this earth. Now, imagine you waking up and spending your day doing absolutely things that would not help you in your life. I'm not trying to say that you should try to be organized every day. Definitely not. But what I'm trying to say is that imagine you wake up every single day of your life and you just keep on spending time anyhow, doing things that wouldn't help you, doing things that would bring you down in your life. So I wasn't always planning my day, and it made me feel very, very disorganized. Maybe like I have like very important things I have to do this week. When I don't plan my day, I end up everything will just be scattered, and then I'll be those 5 days in just one day. And I will feel I'll feel extremely tired. Like I always feel so scattered. I don't know if you guys have ever felt like that. Like you just feel like, okay, my life just feels scattered. Like it doesn't just feel arranged. But with the help of God in my life, it has just been God that has been keeping me this year, taking me through this year. So I thank God for God. So learn to plan your day. If you can start planning your day and making to-do lists that, okay, these are the things that I have to do, these are the things that I should do today, it's really going to help you. And even though you're not able to like tick up everything on your to-do list, that, okay, I was able to do everything on my to-do list, it does not mean that I shouldn't make a to-do list tomorrow. Do you understand? Keep on making that to-do list until there's a day that you are able to tick off everything that you did it. Another mistake that I seriously made this year is, in my mind, I'm always having like important things to do. It's like, okay, I want this for myself, I want that for myself. Like, this question that you ask you, that in the next 5 years, where do you see yourself? So one thing that like I was able to learn is that if I continue with some habits, where would I see myself in the next 5 years? Like, I would like you to even do that right now. Like, look at yourself, look at the habits, look at some things that you do, and sit down and think of where, if you continue being the way you are right now, think of where you are going to be in the next 5 years. If where you are meant to be in the next 5 years is a good one, but if where you are going to be in the next 5 years isn't a good one, I'm still proud of it, but please, let's try to be better, because for me, that's a mistake. Should I really say that's a mistake? That's something that I actually had to sit down this year and be like, okay, if I continue with this habit and everything, where would I see myself in the next 5 years? I wasn't happy with where I would be the next 5 years. I should continue with those habits. I'm like, okay, in the next 5 years, I want to see myself like this, like that. Like, obviously, if you ask anybody, where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years? They will say all positive things and everything. But one thing that I forgot is that I have to work towards being like that, not just as habits in my mind that, oh my God, in the next 5 days I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to have this, I want to have that. And no, you have to work towards it. And that is what I forgot this year. I always had it at the back of my mind that in the next 5 days I want to see myself like this, like that. But all through this year, let me tell you the truth, that I'm being factorial. I didn't work towards being that person in the next 5 years. So what I've learned is that whatever good or better version of yourself you want to be the next 1 year, the next 2 years, the next 3 years, the next 5 years, you have to start working towards it. That is the mistake that I made. And you all, if I should keep on talking about the mistakes that I've made to see and what I've learned, this video will not finish. We'll keep on talking and talking and talking, but I just decided to like name the top mistakes that I've made this year that I feel like you all should know, so that you guys wouldn't make that same mistake, and what I've learned, so that you guys can do it. So with that being said, we've come to the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope you all were able to learn something. So with that being said, bye, and I'm going to see you in my next YouTube video.